Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I am so very happy that you are with all of us today in this week's episode of Be One, Be You. We are jumping into the theme, let go of the roles that you play and become your real self. To become empty inside of you so that you can go deeper into the you that must come through. You have to have that burning desire inside to really step through your own games and your own illusions. Have you ever felt that? Do you resonate? Do you have that drive inside to be loved, love, and be all that you came here to be? The desire inside can push you into trying to numb it and push it aside, try to prove who you are in the world, and to really move into how you show up as you when it really motivates you and really moves you. It's like playing music, playing a guitar, strumming a string, and getting that right resonance for you. When you open up to receive the joy that is inside of you, it lasts, it resonates, it opens a doorway for you to listen and walk through so that you can realize who you are. In realizing who you are, you move through the ways that you suffer, the ways that you allow pain to be repeated over and over again inside of yourself. I'm here to support you today in finding the root of your being, finding the strength, the core connection into the love that you are. We all have a covering over our heart that makes it more difficult to trust who we really are. And playing a role is probably the easiest way to separate from ourself and avoid giving ourselves the time to just really go through that uncomfortable place inside, to be alone with ourself and to embrace who you really are. The roles that you've been taught to play, the roles that you've observed work, the roles that have been passed down to you from your ancestry stick. And it can get kind of sticky after a few years of doing a certain role in a relationship, in a family structure, the way that you take on other people's stuff, or you're over responsible, or you act as if you've got it together, but really you slack off at the moments when people depend upon you because you've built yourself up to be someone who really does show up. So the role that you play connects to how you have walked through the disappointments and the hurts and the fears in your life, the fears of a parent leaving you, the fears of not fulfilling a parent's original picture of you. These are old fears. Paying attention to the role that your dad played in your life, the role that he played in his life in the world. And what do you now do with that expectation that you have on yourself? How do you walk your talk? How do you show up? How do you command attention or command respect? What do you do? How do you work with your emotions? You know, we all take on a role because we all have that yearning inside, that yearning to really be seen and really be loved for exactly who we are. How do you become your real self? Well, that's guided in the Spirit Gateway's 21st Century Liberation Roadmap and the Evolutionary Empowerment Global Membership is a vehicle that's been designed so that you walk through the gateways inside of you to find the true you. And this being my passion, I've poured everything into it. And you can read more about it on my website at ianalahi.com, IANALAHI.com, and give to yourself that gift of finding your real self. Your real self gets loaded up inside. It wants a vehicle of expression. Now, we carry karma, we carry patterns, inner hurts, we carry pain that can be lodged inside of ourselves. And when we give ourselves over to love in our heart, the love for that invisible divine presence, we're going to start opening up. We're going to be guided to let go of the ways that we hold on to our own self-image and the ways that we pattern ourselves after what's expected of us and also what we expect of ourselves. We all have sanskaric patterns. They usually are invisible until we get to a point of realizing that we're kind of stuck and we repeat the similar kinds of behaviors, life experiences, and we have underlying fears inside of ourselves that we create the roles in our life to cover up. Take a look right now about how you cover over some of your deeper desires and give yourself the space to open up to them. The nurturer inside of you lives in your heart, and it's through your heart that gives you the opening to pierce the veil of who you needed to be and who you have tried being, and also the you that you grow attached to, because it gives you something that helps your life feel a little bit easier. We live in a world of duality. There's always an opposite to what we're feeling, what we're experiencing. And the way through that is the practice of focusing through feeling into a core pillar, core channel within the pillar, inside of the middle of your body, from the top of your head, your crown center, all the way to your root center, the space between your pubic bone and tailbone and into the earth. You know, your heart center is always talking. It's always working to find the channel to connect to. It can be wireless or it can be wired. Your heart center probes through what doesn't feel true and right. It probes through things that are being offered to you, sales online of clothes that you like. Your heart is probing through to find what connects with you so that you can express and be embodied. in your real self. When you stand anchored in you, in the root of who you are giving your true self the opportunity to come forth. And as I've been sharing with you, the karmic patterns, the reactions and responses that we've had from prior lifetimes, and also from early on in this lifetime, what that does is it sets certain behaviors in motion. So we approach ourselves with a lot of love, a lack of love, or no love. And the love that you bring is what really creates the way that your life unfolds. Whether you've been in a loving relationship or you really would love to be in one and really are wondering if it will come, the more that and the greater amount that you can experience through honoring your love, owning your love, being true to your love inside of you, the more that you open that doorway, no matter what that other voice is saying, the voice can be done through energy. It has its way to implement, push, and have you believe what it wants you to believe over the voice of love. So when you are beginning and when you are moving through the false selves, the role that you've been playing, what you want to do is to be really gentle with yourself, really easy. And that can be really challenging for those of you who have had to prove who you are, prove that you're more than okay, prove that you're worthy of love, worthy of respect. And that's a lot of us. That's most of us. It's most of you. And I hold you in that love right now so that that sparkle of truth within you can begin to be ignited and fill you and give to you the direction to go in as the light within you, in the light within you, as the light that you are is allowed to shimmer, sparkle, emerge through and from the darkness of emotions and stuck energies within inside of yourself. There is a new ignition that can happen inside of you so that you don't have to play a role in order to get yourself through your life. I want to really encourage you and support you to hold fast to the light of the greatest love within inside of you. And it might be a little flame, a medium sized flame. At this point in your life, maybe it's a very large flame of the light that you are, so that no matter what you're going through, whether you've had an injury, whether you are questioning something really important in your life, whether to stay with it or to move forward, to shift direction. Maybe you've lost someone in your life and it's cracked you open. Maybe things have just been so challenging financially that you really don't even know if you can trust the decisions you've made in your past. I want to invite you to consider that the truth that you are, the light that you are, that shimmering, sparkling light that you are, is always, always here. And our mind creates clouds, clouds of illusion, clouds that cover over the you that is the truth. Perhaps you judged yourself as a kid. Maybe you're too thin, too overweight. Maybe you weren't athletic enough. Maybe you were really smart, but you weren't a good test taker. And you had to learn how to get by, and you learned how to impress others in certain ways or downplay yourself. Are you done being in the roles that you've created for yourself, whether you over exaggerate your best qualities or you underplay your very best qualities? How honest can you be? Are you nervous as heck to show up at work because the amount of responsibility is just overwhelming? I want to encourage you to choose being real and learning to trust what it feels like to be anchored, rooted in you, to be connected into your root center. That space between your pubic bone and tailbone, and right now, drop being in your head, drop down a cord, column, a channel within you into the space between your pubic bone at the base of your spine, and visualize gold light there. And yes, gold light does flow there, and your consciousness opens and fills your entire core shaft from the root center all the way through your entire torso, your throat, through your head, through your third eye, and into your crown center. And the gold light flows down from above your head, and the gold light flowing down from above your head from the higher planes above you flows when you let go of the roles that you've played here. You've let go of the ways that you control and hold on so that your life feels like it can happen because you are the commander of it. Give a little bit more this week. Give over into that spiritual flow, meaning the invisible, the divine that is moving in you and through you, so that you can let go. Let go of the roles that you've played. You let go through being connected into Source a little bit more every day. Once a week, you could have a let go moment. Every day, you could have a let go moment. You choose the pace. You choose the timing. You give over into the gold light what you're most worried about. And then you ask for divine support, divine intervention. You ask to be raised into that divine frequency, into the higher octave of you. And that higher octave is the resonance of the gold light within you, the awakened and awakening vibration of who you are. In the awakening vibration of who you are, you discover that the real you is quite capable of making decisions and showing up. Making right decisions is a really important quality and aspect of life that's super important, because when you follow being too passive or too being in charge, what happens is that you leave the center point within you, within that core shaft of the truth that you are. And you leave your life over to the role that you're playing, the role that you have given a part of yourself to keep you down, keep you in control, keep you from having to really think about anything more than just what keeps you functioning every day. In this lifetime, you have the opportunity to move through those resistances, the walls, and through the gateways into you. And we all carry that inner fear. And I want to invite you to give that fear over into that golden light in the core shaft of your being, and pour it over, give it over, so that you can let go and each day trust more of who you are, what your resonance, your responses, your interconnectedness with situations, life, and allow your thoughts to emanate. Let them evolve, let them birth through your connection to being in the source of the love that is deep within inside of you. And as you move through the ways that you've held yourself together and held yourself back, I hold you in deep, deep love, and deep strength, and deep power of belief in trusting the universal intelligence that moves through you and connects you to the very highest, most delicious, and powerful love that exists in the universe, the light within you. Thank you so very much for joining all of us being here now, bringing your presence into this moment, holding you in deep love. Until next time, this is Ayana Lahi.